And boy, is this a knife. Woo! It's a stocky looking sucker, isn't it? Now, this one was, what they're doing with Tenable knives is this is, I know it doesn't look like it's related to another brand, but it is. It's related to Concept knives. 4T5 design, the Rafe L, and this is Jade G10, etc. What do they say? 3.2 inch blade, okay? Stonewashy. And so the Rafe has been out under the Concept brand, and obviously it's a lot more expensive. This one is a lot less expensive at $63.89. Tenable, if you find it on White Mountain Knives, LTK is your discount code for 10% off, so you can get this in the $50-something range, possibly if it's in stock and they're carrying it. And I didn't look, but this is the Rafe, and it's stout, it's compact, and the designer is 4T5, and here's your pause and read for that. Okay. But he's going to be back. What is he, into Alberta? Oh, yeah. So, time now. Yeah. He's been doing this a while, but just recently putting them into production, right? So, 2014. He's been designing knives for 10 years, but just now getting them out there. And 3.2, and here's Stonewash, Sheep's Foot, blah, 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 Jade, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's talk about this. So this is a chunky monkey. It really is. Let me put this on the scale because it's got some heft to it. Not quite 5 ounces. So, I mean, for no longer than it is, it's pretty chunky. 140 grams. Okay. 3.2 inch blade supposedly, so let's see where that brings us. Okay, 3.2 down here, it's, 3.15, okay, up here at this point in the bolster, about, let's say, 82, 83 millimeter blade and 7.5 overall for all practical purposes at about 19 centimeters. There she be. Whew, that looks heavy, doesn't it? I'll bet maybe that's 3.2 over 3 millimeter blade stock. Yeah, it is. Wow. They really put it to it. 0.15 at 3.8, close to 4 millimeter. They're going back to the way it was a few years back. 14 millimeter at 0.55. So even this is somewhat thick, and this is definitely a lot thicker. I can't remember the last knife that I reviewed that was in this size range that had almost a 4 millimeter thick blade on it. It's 14C28N, and there's your model number there if you didn't catch it on the box. And the designer's logo. Liner lockup is 25%. Definitely got the liners in there, but they're skeletonized, at least on the presentation side. And then look at those standoffs. Those are pretty heavy duty. These liners look pretty heavy duty. Okay, we can flip the clip. And the clip's not my favorite setup because it just kind of points up and that's it. But it'll work. It'll work. It tends to, if it hits you in the wrong spot, it can be a bit irritating. Oh, just lucky that it hits me right between those two fingers. So I don't really feel it. Okay. Move up though, and I will feel it. It'll hit me right in the middle of there. But move up on it, and you can do that, and you could take a piece of paper. Wow, that's really sharp. That's really sharp. Yeah. Whew. Whoop. Got to hit the paper. There you go. Got to hit the paper. Just like that. Woo. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're good. We're good. You got me. But yeah, that's nice and sharp. Nice drop. Front flipper. Okay. Real big place for, oh, wow, look at this. Look at this. Yeah, you got to get your finger out of the way, don't you? Yeah. When you do this. Otherwise, because of this being out here for the front flipper, yeah, you got to get your finger out of the way. So you got to light switch it and just kind of kick it and get out of the way. Or you can just front flip it and don't worry about it. Or you can middle finger flick it and go with that. Whoops, that was a fail. That was a fail, man. The one thing, though, you'll notice is this is very rounded and everything, this fuller. So your finger might not get the kind of traction that if this was more severe, that you would actually really catch it with your finger. So you're going to have to be somewhat cognizant of that, or you might, fail to get it all the way open. And so you got to kind of focus. But this, look at these big old jumps up here for jumping on this. So this is kind of a roughy-tufty, heavier use type blade, I would say. And with these standoffs, wow. Yeah, I mean, God only knows how thick these are. Probably 1.5 millimeter each on those liners right there. So that accounts for some of the thickness. I'll bet that's close to 1.5. Yeah. And it drops, but see that little nub will hit you in the thumb if you get right up on that. But guess what? It's already over the detemp ball. See? It's already over the detemp ball, and it just drops. Like that, like that. I don't know if you want to back up too far and have this swing around, because you might not fare too well. So I'd be right up on here and let it just kick over that. Feels good, other than, if I just grab this, like really get up on here and ignore this choil here, just really grab it like this. Yes, this bothers me. This bothers me. Which is why I like them to go up and then level off. Okay, but this is not doing that. So pocket clip, not my favorite. Not my favorite. The design is nice. And let's talk about that, because we're not all the way to the end, thank God, so we can't touch it. But I think we've got all we need to get in there, actually. Now, I mean, the design flow is fine. Of course, this is a front flipper, so you got to do that, right? So there's that. This is a little funky. Let me see what we're doing here. Okay, so we must have an internal stop because I don't see any here, okay? There's none there. So it's obviously an internal one on the blade that's running the track here. And you can see the track right down in there. That's on both sides. So, okay, that's how it's running its course. And boom, and down. Very easy one-handed. Very easy to fidget with. That kind of thing. So this might be, you may already have one of these. These have been out for a little while. So you may have the Rafe. And they come in different colors. And I think you can get them in my cart as well. I just like this, just in case I get a hair up my ass and I decide I want to get some dye going in the boiling water or whatever and change it. Then you can do it on these neutral colors like this for these natural G10 scales. But no, Tenable. Wow, they're doing some stuff, aren't they? Take a look at their website. I'll give you the link to it, because they're taking a lot of these knives that, like the Nest Street, I believe that's also on there too that I saw. So they're taking a bunch of the concept knives and they're translating them, just like this one, the Ray. Okay, and then this is in micarta. And we will have a separate little video on this one, but interesting, isn't it? All these, well, and I've always felt that way. It's like if you have a high-end knife that you're getting, I don't know, $160 to $200 for, why not kick it down to a budget where you're in the, $50 to $60 range, and people can buy this design as a user and not worry about titanium snail trails and things like that. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm very happy with this. Is this a design you like? If this is a design you like, the fit and finish is good. Okay, it's fine. Concept makes a great knife, and so the Tenables, they're the same. They're good. The fit and finish is fine, and I have no issues with them. So I think you will enjoy this, but it all starts with the design, and if it's something you don't much care for, don't buy it. But if it's something and you're just concerned, hey, how really is it and stuff like this, yes, it's comfortable. Like I said, pocket clip, not as big on that. Go forward position, yes, big, thick, chunky, nice, interesting knife for sure. Take care, my friends. We do love them knives, and you stay sharp.